Hi, my name is Lachelle Goodrich, and I am a founding ambassador of Braver Together. A lot of times I get the question of, why are you an ambassador? And so I believe in the mission. I believe in eradicating the barriers of systemic racism when it comes to 76104, or really across the world. However, 76104 is my home. I grew up there, work, play, attend church, still have family ties there. And so understanding the history and how that particular community was very vibrant with Black businesses and so forth, why not do my part in assisting businesses to gain the capacity so then they can come back or they can serve other businesses in that area as well as community members. As someone that has a teaching background, among several other things, as well as a business owner, about 2 years ago, there were about 40 business owners that we went to the amphibian theater and we had discussions about what are these business certification? How do I become a woman-owned business enterprise, small business enterprise, minority business enterprise, so then I can gain contracts with, whether it's with the city, government entities, whatever that is. And so initially, I've always had this mental model that these particular certifications were more geared toward labor, service industry, businesses. And so I own a mental health private practice, and so I've just figured it would not benefit me. However, doing some research and assisting my husband obtain his certifications, I was sparked on, okay, I think I can do this. Assisting with him transition to doing my particular certifications, and I realized that it was time consuming. I wanted to create a streamlined process. And in so doing that, trial and error, I did exactly that. So I was able to put a 1, 2, 3 step together for regular people, for small business owners to take chunks of the requirements, and then some of those particular documents, we simply don't know what they are. So if you are a small business that was in business and said, hey, I need to get an LLC to solidify my business, you did that. But that may not have come with the assistance of providing an operating agreement. It may not came with assistance on a LLC membership certificate, because at that particular time, what is that? So I was able to provide 1, 2, 3 step, a checklist of birth certificate, driver's license, a bank signature letter. What is that? So what I did was, again, walked into the bank and said, hey, I need this because this is what I'm trying to do. And that particular teller said, no problem, we got you. So I was able to, in this particular folder that I created, was able to say, hey, here's a template. This is what we need to do. You can go to Swift Form and it generates this particular document. One of the requirements that you are the owner of this business is a lease. And so sometimes we don't have a lease. We don't have a brick and mortar. I am a web-based business. I provide virtual mental health counseling. What was sufficient was I was able to take my letterhead, type up a letter to say, hey, this is my particular business. I'm a web-based business, or I provide virtual services. This is my home address, signed, dated, and I got it notarized, and that was sufficient. By providing this streamlined process has taken the doubt to various businesses that I can't do that, Yes, you can. So I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. If you follow the process, if you reach out to me, shoot me a text, email, whatever that looks like, whatever that convenience is, I'm here to walk you through. But if you don't need hands-on, that particular email, that particular template, streamlined process, you can go knock it out the park, and then we can talk about the life after certifications. What do I do with my business after my certifications? Branding, putting it on my website, marketing those, getting government contracts, getting on the city's list of businesses, because there are various businesses that receive federal contracts that they have to provide a portion of those funds to women-owned business, small businesses, minority businesses. So don't miss out the opportunity. Don't leave any money on the table. Follow the process, because guess what? We are here to get you certified, Braver certified. Take those steps to make your business more credible, viewable, not just to your small network, but to the city, the state, and beyond. So let's talk about these steps. I've made this streamlined process, so let's go through this. Step 1, if you are in 76104 or the surrounding area, go ahead and sign up for the Braver Business Academy. Step 2, I want you to find whatever works for you, a folder, whether it's a Google folder, Teams, whatever that is, a folder, and label it WMBE documents. This is your one place that you are going to upload and dump all of your documents that are needed for your certification. Step 3, we want to look at the to-do list, your checkoff list, all of the required documents. You are trying to prove that you are the business owner, that you are a woman, that you are a minority. You're trying to prove that you are a small business, which is why they ask for your taxes, your driver's license, your birth certificate. Yes, your birth certificate. There are 2 documents that are required that you have to download off the website. They look exactly the same, and they are. Go ahead and print those out. Find a notary that will notarize those particular documents, upload those inside your folder. Once you have all of your documents, there's also going to be documents that you're unfamiliar with, such as the operating agreement, LLC membership certificate. There are sample documents and templates that you will have access to. Or, I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you go on Google and insert whatever form that you need, you will find it. So once you have all of your documents gathered inside that folder, remember the folder that I told you to create, now it is time to go to the certification website and create your account. All of the documents that you have now easily, you can upload those. Once you have that green check for each document, guess what? You should be jumping for joy, because you have taken the first major step in completing the certification process. That is where you're going to reach out to Braver Business if you're part of the academy, and then we'll go ahead and make that payment. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks for the certification agency to get back with you via email to say 1 or 2 things. You need more supporting documents, but I promise you, if you follow my steps, you don't need more supporting documents. Or, yay, congratulations, you now have these certifications. So let's talk about renewal time. Having these particular certifications are good for 2 years after you have to renew. Renewal is very simple, I promise you. You have to download those affidavit forms, get them notarized again, upload them, pay the renewal fee, and you're good to continue doing business underneath those certifications. After you submit your documents to renew your certification, tell someone else to join Braver Business Academy and make sure that they become Braver Business Certified.